Hi there, I'm Ken West and I'm a little bit of a Lemax addict and fan, but I've been frustrated by some of the Lemax buildings that don't have lights in them. And what I've done recently was put up a couple of pictures of how I put lights into them. And someone asked me if I could show you how I did it. And it's really simple. You can buy online, and I'm going to put under this video the link to a company that supplies these. Company's run by a lovely lady called Jennifer, who will really help you to do whatever you want if you tell her what your problems are. And she supplies these little LEDs. You can see this little tiny LED against my hand there. And you can get them either in this flip-top battery pack where the lid comes open and your battery's inside, or you can get them where the battery slides in at the side. So however you want to fit it, whichever one you feel happier with, you can use. This one actually comes with a little slide switch. As you can see, if I slide it, it turns on and off. The sliding one comes with a little push button, and you'll see on Jennifer's website and one of my pictures that I put up earlier, the little button that will appear if you want to on the back of your building. So now this one, particularly the battery one, comes with this lovely handy little rubber thing attachment. I believe there's I'm not an electrician, but I believe there's a resistor, or this is where the cables are joined, whatever in there. But this is quite useful, and you'll see why in a moment. There's another sort that Jennifer also does, which attached to a jack. Now this is a jack that will attach to a Lemax transformer. Okay, so this is the Lemax transformer, and this is the jack that I purchased for Jennifer. But you'll see here that you've got that wire there, but you can get this fine wire which attaches to an LED. And you can get this wire in different lengths, so that if you want to, you can put this jack tucked under some snow and plug in so you can't see anything. But what you'll see at the other end of this, I'll tell you what this is in a minute. Basically, the wire goes straight in here to the little LED on the end. And if I plug this end in, you'll see hopefully that pops up. Okay, so we've got a bright light there. Now, this weird stuff here, which I've left dangling for a moment, is a bandage, a tape that you get if you, funny enough, I've just had an operation on my hand, and I had to use this on a finger that was swollen. It's stretchy fabric, and it kind of sticks to itself. And if you can see in this tube here, it's called Coban. And you can buy it on Amazon, and it's very cheap. And what I've done, because you'll see how I fit these to the building in a minute, I've rolled some of this Coban round the end of this. Can you see how the wire's just disappearing up into that Coban? I left this long so you could see. I'm just going to cut this off now, so you can see what you can do. So I'm just going to cut this off, this last piece of Coban. So you could use as much or as little Coban as you want. And all I did was kind of lay the wire across the Coban and then rolled it up so that I ended up with this sausage of Coban at the end. Now you'll see why this is really useful in a moment. Because a lot of buildings like the Waffle Hut and like this sauna hut here, you can't get into. So you know, you can't get into them from the bottom or the back. So you can't get to stick an LED to the ceiling inside, which otherwise you could do with a little piece of tape, whatever. You could stick the LED to the ceiling. So you want this to stay up and in the building. Now what I did, this is really simple. You just get a drill and a tiny little drill bit. I did a very small pilot hole with a tiny drill, and then I did one just a fraction bigger. Now what you'll see you can do here now, see with this little lovely rubber thing at the end here, is literally poke this LED through and the wire, and it will kind of just, I'll do the one that I've not used before because you'll see how it goes quite easily. The little wire goes through, you can feed your piece of rubber in there, and happy days. Hot gun, double glue stuck to there. If you push that down, the wires will bend, and there is your light attached to the back of the building. You can then use that to turn it on. Okay, hopefully you can turn that on. Oh, that's not the one that I've got the battery in. So you could just turn it on, and you'll see what this looks like when we put that LED inside. That's the effect that you get with the LED inside. Okay, now I've not actually tried this yet, so this is a first time experiment just for you guys, because I've literally just made this for the first time today. I was going to ask Jennifer to put one of these little rubber pieces on the end of this LED, but I then remembered this wonderful Coban stuff that I'd got, so I've rolled a piece around here. So literally what I can do is, it's just a tiny bit of wire on the end there. I'm just going to feed that through the hole, twist the Coban so that it goes into the hole a bit, okay? And there is my light fitted. Now, what I will do, what you would do is either put a little bit of tape and fit that to the back, or a little bit of hot glue on there, push that down, and it's there. Happy days, attached to the back of your building. If you get a long wire like I've got here, you can then take this socket and bury it under some snow or anything at the back of your building. Plug this in. Happy days. The little man in the sauna is coming out from a sauna with a light on inside. And as I said in one of my posts, who would sit in a sauna in the dark? So there you go. A really nice, easy way to fit lights to some of these buildings. You know, I'll give you the link to the site where I bought these little LEDs. And then I said, the lady that runs this site, Jennifer, is so helpful. She'll really try and make whatever it is you want. Another thing she said to me, which is really good, and I haven't tried it yet, is because of the way these little LEDs fit to this jack socket, you can fit more than one LED into this socket. So if you've got 2 or 3 of these little buildings that you wanted to put a light into together in a row, you could put 2, 3, 4, she reckons you could possibly even get between 5 and 10 of these lights attached to one of these little sockets, and you can light up whatever you want. So you could put a string of these or a few of these into any building that you wanted. Anyway, I hope you find that interesting. Any help you want or any questions you want to ask, just drop me a message. Happy villaging, and when I get mine completed, I will put up a video so you can all see it. Take care. Have a lovely weekend.